I wanted to start doing some testing of full loadouts to compare DPS metas. That way we can include abilities, weapons, and mods to see what loadouts will outperform others. Today I'll be covering Izanagi and Rockets. The weapons I am using here is Izanagi's Burden with the Catalyst, Palmyra B with an enhanced auto-loading holster and explosive light, Royal Entry with auto-loading holster and lasting impression, and a Hothead with auto-loading holster and explosive light. I prioritize tracking frames even though they deal less damage starting in Witch Queen. However, that change only affects impact damage and not explosion damage. Explosive light versus lasting impression is a great question, and the answer is solely, it depends. Here is a chart comparing shooting 9 rockets back to back with Wolfpack rounds. Explosive light is clearly better anytime damage phase is less than 20.8 seconds due to not having to wait for the blast. On DPS phases that are longer, lasting impression will be better. I will say in the end it's personal preference. I prefer explosive light due to not having to have a delay, but if you like lasting impression, run it. Now for my assumptions. The max DPS phase is 30 seconds. No travel time for rockets. High energy fire as the empowering buff, divinity as the debuff, 100% uptime on stasis font of might, 10 seconds of uptime on every other font of might. Thundercrash does not get stomped away. Wolfpack rounds are active. Damage is gathered from Cali and I remove the 2x precision buff. Rotations are performed on the wall by the rally flag. These are not frame perfect reload cancels and swaps. I then go through the rotation frame by frame and write it out in an Excel spreadsheet. Damage over time effects are summarized into the ceiling of their duration, and damage is done every second. Now moving into the actual loadouts, starting from the highest DPS to the lowest, we have Revenant Hunter. This did 40.4k DPS over 30 seconds, Whisper of Impetus for reload on shuriken hits, Marksman's Dodge for another quick reload. It has a lower initial burst but great overall sustain. I also used double rocket reserves. Next is Thundercrash, which did 38.4k DPS over 30 seconds, using Curious of the Falling Star and Rocket and Sniper reserves. Then we had Nightstalker with 35.7k DPS, Marksman's Dodge for a quick reload, Orpheus Rigs, Rocket and Sniper reserves, and I swapped off the rocket and firing the remaining 2 quivers to proc auto-loading holster again. And finally, Voidwalker with 35.6k DPS, using Vortex Nova Bomb and Controverse Hold with Vortex Grenade. I also used Rocket and Sniper reserves. In summary, when damage phases are less than 15 seconds, Thundercrash has the best DPS. However, after that, Revenant tops the chart. There is only a 13% difference between Revenant and Voidwalker, which is not a huge difference and would only matter in Master and Day 1 raids. And finally, if you are new to the strategy and want a quick guide on how to do it, you want to start by preloading Wound Edge ×4 on Izanagi's Burden by holding reload. When DPS phase starts, you want to shoot a rocket first, then swap to Izanagi's Burden. You're going to then shoot Izanagi's Burden and hold reload. You will need to learn the timing here. Enhanced auto-loading holster can swap almost immediately, and regular auto-loading holster needs to delay just a slight bit. Swap back to the rocket and repeat. An additional note is an auto-loading holster grenade launcher can also be used between Izanagi and Rockets for even more DPS. Thanks for watching this far. If you have, I plan on doing more of these, starting with linear fusions next. If you have any other loadouts that you'd like me to test and compare, please comment them down below. I'll see you guys next time.